This is DJ Gadget, and you're listening to Dancing into the New Year, a fundraiser idea I came up with my friend, Rachel. Rachel Batter is a friend of mine that I met in college, and we were part of the same club. It was called Lone Juliet, a club helping feminists understand and perpetuate equality through social programming and fundraisers aimed to help women from all over the world. The name of the club changed, but the mission statement stayed true. Now called SAGE. SAGE, Students Advocating Gender Equality. The name change came because of a few amazing men who joined our activities, and calling them Lone Juliets just didn't fit anymore. And we admit, no club or organization is perfect, so we recognized while perpetuating equality, we were blind to our own, but an easy fix. Sage is a cleansing herb used in many cultures for many different reasons. It is honored and held to high regard. We saw ourselves changing, becoming bigger, better, and all-encompassing. And also, the acronym worked. I became president of SAGE. Working with Rachel made my job way easier than it ever should have been. We flawlessly executed events and fundraisers most of the time, and we made a huge impact on our community, time and time again. One of the fundraisers that I remember us doing was Underwear to Say You Care. That has to be my favorite fundraiser we did. We asked the community to donate new, never been used underwear to donate to the local women's shelter, the Women's Center of Southeastern Connecticut, who have since changed their name to Safe Futures to better serve the community that is at risk. So see, all organizations are ever changing to better their service. Sure, people donate shirts and pants and shoes all day long, but one thing that is rare and in dire need is underwear. We as a collective feel uncomfortable when talking about abuse or our bodies, or even something as simple as underwear. But Sage helped me realize that uncomfortable makes a difference. If me being uncomfortable helps someone who is outrageously uncomfortable find even just an iota of comfort, I am in. A lesson that has proven to me that living in uncomfortable is worth every second if I can make a tragic situation a little less embarrassing. Fundraising has been my life. I live for this stuff. I live for making the world a better place. And I know since middle school, Rachel has dreamed of going to Africa to help in any way. Now, Rachel serves with the CMF team. Her primary role is to serve as a homeschool teacher for a CMF missionary family that works with Namikango Mission. But she will also have the opportunity to serve at the mission. Rachel believes that this is a great opportunity to use her education degree and to fulfill her lifelong calling to be a missionary in Africa. Previously, Rachel has been on a few short-term mission trips and has always longed for a way to stay longer and grow a deeper connection with the country, culture, and people. She feels that God has called and prepared her for this new exciting adventure. I know we can help Rachel help Africa. Since COVID-19 hit, I've realized that our community is the world. The songs you hear about the world all being one are speaking the truth, but I've never felt it as strongly as I do now. Dancing into the New Year is a call to action to help Rachel in her mission over in Africa. She is home for the holidays, and when she goes back, her wish is to go with ballet leotards and shoes for the community she serves. Ballet anything is so hard to find, and bringing back enough to supply her students will mean bringing an extra bag too big to be considered a carry-on. So I am asking you today to help Rachel. The fundraiser needs an extra large travel bag, monetary donations to pay for the airplane fees of checking in another bag, ballet leotards, ballet shoes, and all donations can be dropped off at WBLQ, care of DJ Gadget, Dancing into the New Year, 58B High Street, Westerly, Rhode Island. Any donation that cannot be utilized or sent over will go to another organization locally that helps kids who want to dance. Stay tuned, because after this break, we will meet Rachel and get to talk to her about her mission, her journey, and her dream come true.
One love, one blood, and one heart. One people, one world, and one God. We're gonna come together, united for one cause. Put your hands up in the air for peace.
There comes a time certain call when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need.
Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
That was, of course, the famous We Are the World, which was a charity single originally recorded by the supergroup USA for Africa in 1985. And that was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. And it was to help African famine relief. There was so many artists in that coming together to do something amazing. Just a few were Stevie Wonder and Tina Turner, Billy Joel, Michael Jackson, of course, and Cyndi Lauper, Bob Dylan, more than I can even remember. Kenny Rogers was in there, Smokey Robinson. Basically, anybody who was anybody was there. It's just the greatest song to say we all need to come together, and I would so appreciate if you would help us come together for this benefit. That was Bob Marley and the Wailers, 1977, with One Love. And Marley's idea was that everyone in the world should stop fighting and become one. A pretty similar sentiment to John Lennon's Imagine and George Harrison's Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth. There is, however, kind of a deeper meaning behind the song. It gets a little bit lost in the catchy tune in the chorus, and Marley wrote this song amid the turmoil of the Jamaican elections in 1976, and he had supported Michael Manley when he won the election in 1972 and became Prime Minister of Jamaica. But 4 years later, Marley was by far the most popular person in Jamaica, and he refused to take a political stance as the country was divided between Manley's People's National Party and the Jamaican Labour Party, headed by Ed Sega. And it was a very violent time in the country, and Bob Marley tried to stay pretty politically neutral. He offered peace and shelter, and his house kind of became like this safe house for people with nowhere else to go. And Yeah, pretty cool song. And it's funny how he could create such an angry but peaceful song at the same time. Anyway, let's meet Rachel.
One love, one blood, and one heart. One people, one world, and one God. We're gonna come together, united for one cause. Put your hands up in the air for peace.
Rachel, welcome.
Thanks.
I just want to start literally at the beginning, and I want to have you go back to middle school and tell me the dream from middle school Rachel.
Yeah, it's been a thing. It's been a thing for a while, I guess. And I just had an obsession with Africa in general, and I didn't really know why or how or what.
Was it the music, or like how did you get introduced?
I think it may have been through my church. We would have like mission Sundays, and missionaries would all be there, and I would sit there in awe and be like, I'm gonna go there and help people and do something someday, and just kind of fell in love with Africa. I don't really know what fully drew me to it. I think it was just like probably the kids, to be honest. I've been babysitting since I was like 10.
I know,
like
I've always seen you on Facebook and just having so much fun with kids, and I was like, how does she like kids so much?
Yeah, it's so I think like I just saw all the kids in Africa, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to Africa and play with kids all day. That's my goal.
What was the first day in Africa like?
I got in the afternoon, and it was kind of a blur. It was like 36 hours of traveling. So the kids I was homeschooling for had made me a sign that said, "Welcome, Miss Rachel." And they were so excited that they tore it and then still held it anyway, so I taped it together. It's really cute.
Do you still have it?
I do. I kept it in Malawi because I want to be able to hang it up in my house. So
That's awesome.
So they were so excited, and we got in the car, and the girls wouldn't stop talking. They were 2, 4, and 6 when I first got there. And I stared out the window and tried to be sociable. But
How did that go?
It was a fog. I remember like going back to my first day a week later and being like, I don't really remember anything that happened when I arrived, except I tried to stay awake so that I adjusted to the time change.
I feel like that was my experience in high school. I don't remember what happened. I just tried to stay awake. Like, my wedding day was a blur. It felt like it was 5 minutes, but it was like 5 hours. And I'm like, oh my God, like, we got married, and then we danced, and then we ate, and then we danced, and then oh my God, I don't remember anything.
Yeah, it's like, it's so long, but also so short at the same time.
So how long have you been doing this?
In Malawi?
Yeah.
I went in January, so it's just been...
So it's almost been a year.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's a whole year. What is an amazing moment in Africa?
Oh, man.
Like one that you like...
It's really hard to pick just one. I don't think I can get over the fact that I wake up to mountains every morning. I can drive 20 minutes up the hill and go on a hike and see new places I've never seen before.
That's awesome.
The community there is really great. I enjoy that they know English, most people, unless you go like into the thick of the village.
Do you know any African dialect?
No, I know a little bit of Chichewa. I think it's the national language.
Okay.
Yeah. And then English is another language there. Like everyone...
Is there French there?
There is not. That's more West Africa.
Oh, okay. Is their language, or all their language, is it clicks or mouth sounds? That's what I've always honestly been told, is it's very clicky.
So Chichewa is basically the same letter sounds as the English alphabet.
That's cool.
It is, so it makes it a little bit easier to understand it. There's a few like dialect things that I still haven't picked up on. Like the other day when I was driving around, my friend takes Chichewa lessons. So I was like, oh, does the PH make like a P sound or a F? Yeah. And then she wasn't quite sure. So then I asked one of our other teammates, and he's like, well, the H actually just emphasizes the letter before it. So
instead of
like Pompero.
Yeah.
And Tondwe.
Instead of phone, it would be like
Pompero. Yeah. So you just like, it's like a hard sound.
Huh.
that you put in front of it with whatever letter it is.
That's nifty.
Yeah.
Was there any heartbreaking moments in Africa?
I don't think so. If there was, then I just tried to forget them all. But yeah, there were definitely like some really good moments. The team that I'm there with has been there for so long, so it's kind of like they know how to navigate around things. Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I honestly was like, I don't really want to leave, but I'm coming back to America for the holidays, so.
What about a moment you learned from, like a learning moment? I guess it would be different from our culture, like some way you had to be, or like just that moment that you learned the culture and became part of it.
So when you greet anyone before you have a conversation, it's always, hi, how are you? Fine. Everyone says fine, not good.
No.
Also, it's like, no, I'm fine. If you're good, you're declaring that you're good, but like what says that you're actually good? So fine is the answer. And at first it was like, fine, okay. I feel like
here it's so different. Like,
yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm fine. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Like that would be a conversation here. So did you like bother anyone and say like, no, what's wrong? Talk to me. I'm here for you.
No, I think I picked up on it pretty quickly that everyone would say fine. But yeah, it was a weird one. And like before you can start any conversation that you have to ask someone, how are you? We joked like if we ever made a comic book, a Malawian comic book, before anyone could fight, they would have to greet each other. And then they'd be like, okay, now we can fight.
How are you? I'm mad. Punch him in the face. That's cool. It reminds me of my learning moment in like Spanish language where you bump somebody's arm and you say, oh, pardon. And then, their mom dies and you say, lo siento. Like, I feel for you. I feel a sentiment for you.
Yeah.
And pardon is like, yo, my bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like two different words for sorry has been the most amazing thing about Spanish, because that's the language I probably know the best other than English, that I was like, that's really cool. I really like this. Dancing into the new year or dancing into 22-2. I haven't decided yet. We're asking for ballet items. What is the goal of this cause?
Dance is something that I love. I really want to be able to share it with the community in Malawi. Yeah, so like the biggest thing was for my younger girls, some of them had leotards like that they brought back with them from America, and then like other girls would just come in leggings and stuff. I don't know about you, but if you ever did dance and you were a little kid, like the best part was dressing like a real dancer.
Yeah.
Like, you see all the older kids.
Crazy makeup and the crazy hair and the crazy glitter. And I didn't do dance, but I went to dance class with my friend and sat there and watched them. And I'm not sure why. Our parents literally sent us. Oh, well, it was because I actually did judo with her, but she had dance class before. I can't even imagine having that energy now. But so you teach a dance class. What are the ages of the dancers or their sizes? Like, what are we looking for?
Yeah, so I have 4 classes that I've been teaching, and they range from 3 all the way up to 17.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So wait, so they're different classes, like maybe 3 and 5-year-olds?
Yep, it's my 3 to 5-year-olds have a class. Then my 6 to 9 or 7. I don't think I have any 6-year-olds, so 7 to 9, but that range. The next 2 classes are kids from like 10 to 17, and I just kind of divide them by skill level and the time that worked for them.
So do you have recitals?
We did. We had a recital on a real stage. I wasn't sure if I would be able to find a stage in Malawi. And
wow, so you're the dance teacher, the logistics, the coordinator.
All of it, all of it. Luckily, I have a pair of sisters, and then they have another sister. She was my DJ.
Nice.
Yeah. Girl
DJs all the way.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, I wrote a list of the order of songs, and then I sat in front and did all my hand motions.
And the conductor. What the heck?
Yeah, a one-man recital is a lot of work, even though it was only 8 dances.
That's awesome.
But it was loads of fun.
All right. Well, that sounds like so much fun. We are going to learn more from Rachel after a quick break.
One love, one blood, and one heart. One people, one world, and one God. We're gonna come together, united for one cause. Put your hands up in the air.